to see you. How are things going? How are you holding up, my friend?
Things are going okay. I've got 3 kids who are all, I can't believe it, they're all working. So, they're deemed essential. And
Yeah.
I've been lucky enough to be able to work a little bit as well, which is kind of, I pinch myself. I can't believe that I've done some television
I know. I
and lots of
know.
teaching. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm busy and trying to keep myself as buoyant as possible, which it's happening. I'm not taking care of an elderly parent
Yeah.
and my kids are not little. So I'm in a very different scenario than a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, we have to count our blessings, right? You got to take it one day at a time. There's no question about
Totally.
that. Well, listen, so much to talk to you about today because
Okay.
I love everything that you do. And so you just brought up the elderly parent. So let's just get right into the jump, darling.
Right on.
I was talking to Phil, the writer director, last week, and there's such a lovely guy. Everybody on this project is fantastic, no question about it. But he said to me, that when he was writing it, he immediately thought of you and Jane Eastwood for those roles. That's
I
pretty
know.
flattering.
That's incredibly flattering. And somebody asked me like, what made you take the role? And my first impression was, he asked me, which was really nice. And secondly, Cloris Leachman, like,
Yeah.
please, how could you say no to that?
No, you can't say no to that. I mean, Cloris Leachman played your mother. I mean, that is incredible. And Linda, look, you've had a great career. You have worked with some pretty awesome people like throughout the years. No question about it. But to have Cloris Leachman, she was 93 when she shot this film.
Cloris Leachman is like, Rhoda, Phyllis, that girl, Mary Tyler Moore.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but they were so foundationally important to me.
Yeah, we're the same age pretty much. So yes, exactly. We grew up with these people. Yeah. Yeah.
So I would say that those shows that, I watched ad nauseum are a very big reason why I probably chose this path.
Yeah.
More than any other reason, because they just made it look so easy. It was always so fun. She was beautiful and funny, which was
Right.
a lovely combo because
Right.
we're so, I mean, as beautiful as Lucille Ball was, she was goofy.
Mm-hmm.
Cloris like created this very elegant, nutty character that was really special. And of course, Young Frankenstein was also huge for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And so did you tell her that? Did you did you take her aside and have kind of a discussion and say, Cloris, thanks to you and others like you, I am who I am today. Like, do you do that?
She did not necessarily open the door for that kind of stuff. I don't think she wanted to feel that much different from everyone else
Yeah.
in the cast.
Right.
And I think she almost, not that she was suspicious, but I think she had had her butt kissed a lot in her life.
Yeah.
And I don't think she liked it. I
Right.
did tell her, there was one scene where she's in the attic and she's looking in the mirror, and I watched her on the monitor and she was ravishing. Like absolutely beautiful. Those cheekbones and
Yeah.
that, like her face was so made for
Right.
motion picture and for
Yeah.
film. Like just, and I told her, I said, you're really beautiful on this monitor. I can't tell you how gorgeous you are. Like, I'm so impressed with what is coming off the screen. And she said, you're beautiful too. And I said, thanks very much. I got these gels. And she goes, wait, don't talk about yourself that way. She didn't like
Yeah.
that sort of, self-deprecating stuff at all.
Amazing. Wow. What a legend, honestly. And for this to have been her last picture too. Like I was saying, that it's Canadian, that she came out here to shoot in Prince Edward County, and at 93, I mean, hey, listen, she could be sitting back and drinking wine at night or whatever.
Totally.
And no.
And she really enjoyed herself. Like
Yeah.
I think she really enjoyed the experience. The DOP's name is Victor, and she called him Victor. And she was really flirtatious with all the guys on set. And
Sure.
I think one of the reasons why it really worked for her as well is that Phil, he also didn't, bow down to her fame. He allowed the dynamic she was as important as I was, as Jane was, as Thomas was.
Yeah.
He just created a really great working atmosphere, and she was a part of it. But the sea didn't part for her. He gave her the respect that you were one of the actors. And also
Right.
she wasn't a cute old lady. She was a force.
Yes.
She was powerful. And she would, once that camera rolled, girlfriend, got to work. She was
Yeah.
very focused and
I
and then at lunchtime she would need a super long nap because she's 93 and you forget, like, oh shit, she's tired.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Exactly.
tired, but she's really tired, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. I love this film. I really, really enjoyed it. It has so much to say about acceptance. And what I loved about your character and Cloris's is that, here your son, played by Thomas, who is so good. He's so good in this.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
lovely,
good.
lovely young man. And your character she's kind of stuck in between a rock and a hard place, because here she is, she needs to take care of her mother. She needs to make sure that who wants to put their parent into one of these homes, but sometimes that just has to happen, and your son moves in with her to help take care of her. He doesn't want to hear anything about that. But your character, though, what I loved about too is that she's very accepting of her son. No judgment. He's gay. He's whatever, but she's there for
That's not
him.
an issue. Yeah, we're in a world where even though we're in Prince Edward County, it's like that's not what I'm arguing with you about.
Right.
I'm arguing with you about how you're treating your grandmother, but your
Yeah.
lifestyle and that's the interesting thing about the love interest initially, is that his boyfriend has a hard time with his drag.
Right.
His mother and his grandmother do not.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is cool. I mean, it's the drag thing is it's foreign to her. And I think she's, as any mother, she wants to know that he's safe in the world that he's chosen to be in.
Of course.
But that he's gay is not an issue, which I loved. I loved that Phil wrote it that way.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a drag show?
In this, actually, I have a little bit in my youth, but when we shot in the drag club is when I got to be backstage and talk to some of the drag queens about their life and about how, there's a huge trend now.
Yes.
And,
thanks to RuPaul.
And thanks to RuPaul, but also, like, it's very interesting because some people are dipping their toes into drag and some people are giving their life to it.
Yeah.
And these queens are giving their life to it, and it shows. And they were magnificent to chat with. It's a very interesting world. I loved being invited into that world.
I was saying, a good friend of mine and we were saying, the minute this pandemic is over and we can start going places, we want to go to a drag show. Like, they're just, I've gotten so over the year watching RuPaul and getting really into this show. But I love their conversations. I love how empowering being a drag queen is, and makes them feel so secure in their own body. I think it's amazing.
When I go and visit my daughter now, she's in Peterborough and she's 20. And when I go and visit her, the first thing she puts on YouTube is Trixie. And Trixie's, starts with no makeup on, and we watch her put her makeup on, and it's just, this is a riot. And then, Tilly, starts putting drag on my face. And it's like, fine, let's do it.
Yeah.
Please,
go for it.
That's fantastic.
Oh, I love it. I know. It takes me forever to just put on some mascara. They have the best bodies, honestly. Like, those legs go on forever. It's not fair, Linda. It's just.
But also, it's a magic trick. It's a beautiful magic trick.
Yes.
When their face transforms, it's like this. This is a whole separate art that I really didn't understand until you watch the step by step, and you go, "This is flipping magic." It's beautiful, and it's a celebration of femininity in a very special way. It pushes femininity to a whole new place, but it's honoring women, which I think is gorgeous.
I agree. We were saying, I was saying earlier, like, you've just done so much in your career. I mean, you look back at all the great roles that you've had the opportunity. I mean, for God's sake, you were on Seinfeld. I mean, that's iconic. I can't even believe that's almost 30 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
Like, wow.
Yeah, yeah. It was
What
a
a
really fun show to be on, and I was in, season 4, so it was already a hit.
yes.
And to be on that set was very interesting because Jerry would do about an hour's worth of stand up for the studio audience. So by the time we were shooting, and it's a long day for the audience, there were about
Yes.
400 people in the studio audience, and they
Yeah.
have to sit through scene after scene and set changes. And he had them in the palm of his hand
Of
because
course.
he did what he does best, which is stand up, and he warmed them all up. And it was a really exciting experience. And I lived in LA for 7 years, so you could also be on sitcoms that were going down in flames, and
Yes.
that was a completely different experience
Yeah.
where studio audience had to be dragged and applied with beer and maybe $15 or whatever, just get them off Hollywood
Yeah.
Boulevard and sit
Right.
down and watch a 4-hour shoot. So it was quite a different dynamic.
What amazing, amazing. And then, we saw you in Fargo, working with you in McGregor. I mean, oh my God, so many things. But of course, there's not a Canadian that doesn't know you as the Philly, cream cheese angel. And,
Yes,
last
yes.
year you had to give up your wings.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. You got to move on in life. But did you ever expect that commercial was going to be, that was essentially a career for a little while for you, like playing
It was
that
totally a career. It
character?
was from 1994 until 2011, and I would say
Amazing.
for the first 4 years, they just kept calling me back to do more and more. They had no idea it was going to be one of the most successful campaigns in North America. Um, and then by the time I had done my, I don't know, fifth, sixth, maybe seventh spot, was like, no, I'm being recognized big time for this.
Yeah.
I can't go out without people sort of going, oh, which was it's a really fun way to be recognized because no one was ever intimidated.
Yeah.
They just thought they knew me because I was in their living room. I was in
Yeah.
their TV room for years. So then I became more of a spokesperson and the contract changed and everything because it was like, oh no, this thing is like, it's a bit of a side career. No, I never knew it would be that successful. No way.
Amazing. And did you
Yeah.
get a lifetime supply of cream cheese? I mean, I gotta know.
Did not. I just found out that Buffy St. Marie has a lifetime supply of ice cream from
Right.
Ben and Jerry's. I think.
Yeah.
So no, I did get a wonderful cooler from Kraft of
Okay.
every kind of possible cheese you could have, which I distributed to my neighbors. They appreciated it, but that's about it.
That's wonderful. No, it was such a great character and you were fabulous as that. I loved it, And then most recently, then you take a turn and you're this evil villain on Batwoman. Come on, how much fun is that?
That was almost about the best fun I've ever had. I knew from the second I self-taped, because that's how we audition now,
Yes.
this one's mine. Like I just knew. Sometimes you just know. I worked with a wonderful self-tape person who shot me for the self-tape named Jesse Collin. And I said, I don't really understand. I don't know a lot about this genre. I don't know how on the nose to be with my evil. I don't know how real to be. He helped me through it. And when we sent the tape, it was like, I think this is mine. And I got it and it was like, oh my God, I'm going to be on a Batwoman episode. That's so exciting. I
Yeah.
got to have a fight scene and work with a fight choreographer. And at my age, it's like, falling downstairs and getting hit in the face. And, the fight choreographer saying, like, you can be late, but you can't
Right.
anticipate the punch. It was so much fun.
Oh,
It was so
wow.
much fun.
How
Yeah.
cool. How cool. So what else are we going to see you? What else is coming up?
I'm teaching a lot with a online teaching platform that I co-founded more or less because of COVID,
Yeah.
called Cluster Fork with a K. So I'm teaching online all the time, which is great.
Wonderful.
And I'm going to Calgary to do a show called Guilty Party.
Cool.
And that's a CBS show with Funny or Die.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That'll be
and
fun.
it's a cool, strange character. She's like a doomsday prepper.
Yeah.
So I'm watching a lot of National Geographic people who are absolutely sure the world is going to end and how they,
Cool.
line their shelves and get ready for it, which
Sounds
is
awesome.
it's an interesting world. Yeah, I've been enjoying
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Great.
that's wonderful. Listen, it's been such a pleasure to talk to you and catch up today.
Thank
And
you for inviting me
um,
into your living room.
oh, listen, this is, yes, I've got the living room, kitchen's over there. You know, this is it. This is the
Excellent.
studio. What can I tell you?
So nice, Bonnie. I'm so nice to be able to, it's so nice to be able to talk to you. This is
You
great.
too, Linda. Best of luck, and best of luck with the film. Like I say, it's so lovely. I really hope people watch it. It's
I
just
do too.
beautiful
I do too.
movie.
I think it's going to put Thomas on the map. I am honored to have worked with Cloris Leachman.
Yeah,
And I
100%.
and this is Phil's first feature as well, so he's got
Oh, it
a
won't be his last.
illustrious career. I'm so proud of it.
Yeah, and I'm really excited because tomorrow I'm talking to Ed Asner, and I know, right?
He's just like my dad. Oh my God. He used to come to Second City and I don't fangirl very often, but tell him how much I love him.
And so I'm so excited because, you know, who you can also talk about Cloris Leachman, and can you imagine the stories that man has to tell? So I can hardly wait. I'm so excited.
Oh, what an honor. Well,
And
enjoy.
he's 93.
Is he really?
93.
Wow.
So another one, you know, it's just, it's incredible to me that obviously
Are
to
you
stay
talking about a
young.
project?
I'm sorry?
Are you talking about a project?
Yeah, he has a new movie coming out. It's called Rainbow's End. He has a very small part in it. So I was actually shocked that they got the interview for me, but they did. And so, you know, we'll talk career and stuff like that. But as soon as the interview's up, I'll get Angie to send you the link so you can have a watch. So
Bobby, I would love that.
that's
Okay.
great, Linda.
Stay well.
You too. Take care. And thanks again for your time. Lovely chatting with you.
You too.
Take care.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.